Have you ever wondered how to take a pumpkin pie pumpkin, say that 3 times fast, and turn it into pure pumpkin that you usually buy in the can at the store? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Hi, my name is Deborah Robinson with Always Made New, and I love helping working women find a way to create a home that heals you instead of overwhelming you in the process. Sound good? So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a very sharp knife. I'm hoping I don't have too much of a struggle cutting through this pumpkin in a second, but you're going to want a sharp knife. You're going to want a pan with water in it, just a little bit of water to help with moisture. And you're going to want to be preheating your oven to 400 degrees, okay? So the first thing you want to do is take off the stem if it's not already removed. I purposely bought one without the stem in it. And when you cut, you want to be very, very careful because it can be tricky to get started in these. I usually start right here in the center of the stem, and I'm going to try to go straight down and bring it around. This one's doing pretty good. And now I have it cut in half. So at this point, you can go ahead and scoop out the seeds now, but honestly, what I like to do is go one more step and cut it one more time. This is going to actually help you to cook it, faster in the oven, and it's easier to scoop out. I'm going to put these halves back together here in just a second. Okay, so now I got that done. Now I'm going to scoop out all of the seeds so that we can put it in the pan. Okay, so this is the last piece. I want to show y'all something. You can take an ice cream scoop and scoop it all out, and if you do the halves, you're going to really kind of have to do this, but I like cutting it in quarters so that I can actually take, we need to use our hands more with cooking. I think we're afraid to use our hands, but I can just use my hands and get those seeds out that way, okay? And then after I have the seeds out, then I can take and do some scraping. And you don't have to have this perfect, because you can kind of peel it off after it's cooked. Any of this little stringy stuff, you can get that later after it's cooked, if you need to. Okay, so now that I've got that done, what I'm going to try to do now though, so that these edges don't burn, and they will a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to put these down and try to find their half. Let's see. So that I can put them, did I actually get that right off the bat? I don't think I did. So I'm going to match up my pieces as best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. I should have been paying attention when I was cutting these. How's that look? That's good enough. Okay, so I'm going to put them together like this to kind of create a moisture, and I'm going to put these in the oven and bake them for about, these are smaller, and I only did 1 pumpkin. Usually I would have like 2 pumpkins on here to get, but I have plenty of pure pumpkin myself, and I wanted to do this video for y'all. So this may only take 30 minutes, but probably more like 45 minutes usually. You just want to do it until they're soft, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so this pumpkin was kind of small. It only took it about 40 minutes to bake in the oven at 400 degrees, like I said. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to prepare it to be pureed. I'm going to use a NutriBullet for this here, and whatever you want to use to kind of help get it pureed, blend it up. You can use a blender if you want to. Now, one thing you have to note is that if it's really moist, like this one seems to be pretty moist, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel off the pumpkin here. Let's put this to the side. We'll just do this one at a time here. I think you can still see this. And I'm going to make sure that I've got all those little, remember those hairs I told you that you could get off later? Or maybe I didn't. You can. You don't have to be perfect when you're doing this, when you're scraping the seeds out and everything like I did before. I'm just making sure everything looks good. And there's no little brown spots or anything like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take my fork and just make sure I don't have a lot of extra moisture. I don't think there is, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. If there's any extra liquid, you'd want to kind of drain that off. And really, this is just about, it's already pretty cooked, but I'm going to go ahead and put it into my NutriBullet, one little section at a time, this soft pumpkin. Here. And then put the lid on. That's got to go away. And then I'm going to just give it a couple. This is going to be kind of loud here for a second. And if you're using something like a NutriBullet, you might have to give it a few shakes to get it to go, but you're going to do this a few times. And then you have, you can see a little bit there, you have your pure pumpkin like you would find in a pumpkin, a pure pumpkin, canned pure pumpkin at the store. So we are going to be continuing this conversation in my Old Ways Made New membership community with the ladies that are in there. There are other working women like you probably, and we're going to be talking about all the recipes for how we're using our pure pumpkin. For instance, I have a pumpkin roll recipe that's really tasty, and we're getting into the holidays. You know, we kind of start thinking about those kinds of things. I'll drop the link to that membership community in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell before you leave. And I want to remind you of one more thing. The last thing I want to do for all you women that, like I said, already have full plates, you're already overwhelmed maybe with things that are going on, no guilt, no shame if you decide you just want to buy that canned pure pumpkin at the store, but at least you know how to do it from scratch if you want to. See you later.